Hello, and welcome along to episode 4 of Freedom Chasers. Elora is out eliminating evil in Egypt, and in doing so, she has fractured her wrist, but I'm sure it will be repaired for next week when she will return. She may float about, either in chat or just in the atmosphere in general. Other than that, we've got a full cast. What the hell happened last episode, guys? Let us discuss. So, at the beginning of last episode... where did we start last episode? I think we started at the end of the day. That's an odd... That's an odd situation, isn't it? At the end of the day. That sentence annoys me so much when people say it. But at the end of the day, you were... did we start with the gambling game?
Yeah, we had discussed some things that would have happened in the evening before that.
So prior to that, I believe Dinari had a conversation with everybody about handing the potions back to Jobus and was just shut down. Like, don't do such a silly thing. And then Anivari went off to do something before she went to bed. Can anybody tell me what that was?
She went to the stable to visit her horse.
Yep, she did do that. Oh, we should try and keep up a points system and give out a inspiration to the person with the most points. That's what we should try and do. I will just hand one out if I feel it's deserved. William went straight up to the room, and when he did so, he did something a bit unusual. Before he went to bed, but we will come back to that in a minute. Dinari and Weary, however, stayed downstairs. What sort of competition did Weary enter?
One where you flip... you flip a coin.
Believe yourself, yes. But what was the catch?
Oh, that if you lost, you had to drink as much as the people
Not
who were
quite.
involved.
You had to start drinking first, and then
Yes,
do it.
you had to drink to participate. You had to drink the line, as it was called. So however many people were playing, you drank one drink for each other person participating. As Weary got himself drunk and took himself upstairs. Oh no, he didn't take himself upstairs. He got himself drunk. He flipped his coin. He missed, but was close.
Dinari had to drag him upstairs.
And then Dinari went to take him upstairs. But as Dinari, you let Weary sort of find his own way the last bit of the way, you were stopped. Who by?
I wrote down his name.
Was it a dwarf?
He was not a dwarf. He was not a dwarf. He was a very well-muscled human. He was almost 6'2", and he told you two things. The first was that the coin flip game was a scam, and Weary would have had his stuff stolen if he had any money. Who was involved in this scam?
It was the game master. It was the guy organizing it, who wasn't drunk, and Redman, I believe, the bard.
Yep, and all of the players except for the dwarf, who was an idiot.
Yeah,
that
was really
one
drunk.
One of the players was pretending not to be drunk, or pretending to be drunk but wasn't drunk at all. And then Redman and the gameskeeper were in on it. And Joel then revealed that he is also looking for some work. What does he do?
Go
on, Jack. Go on, Jack. Go on, Jack.
He's a bodyguard. He's for hire.
He is muscle for hire. When each person went up to the room, they discovered that William had left a shadowy bodyguard out, which was keeping an eye out and surprising people. And there was a very strange moment for Dinari as she entered the room and saw Weary sort of appear from behind this shadowy bodyguard. But it was all sussed out and made sense. The party then decided to do what? Oh, you went down for breakfast, sorry, and you were alerted to the town crier coming into town. What news did the town crier have?
Oh, that a merchant had been murdered.
Josh is very, very enthusiastic about this D4 that he might get. Okay, and who had been murdered?
A merchant. We thought it was our merchant, but it wasn't. It was the other merchant.
Go on, Bumpkin, more
What was his
specific.
name like?
Or
It
Jack.
was Master
Matt is good.
Matthew.
Master Matthew
Yeah,
Callison. Yes.
Callison.
And who discovered his body?
Our merchant.
And who is our merchant? What's his name?
Willis Willoughby.
Willis Willoughby. I love it. Yes, the timeless tradition of good old Willis Willoughby. And it was also Willis that you should that you guys thought maybe you should speak to, and you did, and he told you that he did indeed intend to give you an aquamarine.
Mm-hmm.
Willis then sort of wished you well, and Quick took you off for an adventure. Who did he take you to see, and what mystery did he take you to solve?
Oh, we went to solve the mystery of the missing chicken.
Yeah, okay, whose chicken was missing?
A very unhappy married couple's chicken.
Mr. and Mrs. Braithwaite. And their chicken's name was?
Charlie.
Okay. Mr. Braithwaite believed the chicken could do what?
See the future.
Not only that,
future,
also
rather.
believed that he could lay eggs and be male simultaneously.
Yes.
Yep. What was the chicken's true fate?
It was eaten by its master.
Cooked, in fact, by Mrs. Braithwaite. Dinari then tried to remind Farmer Braithwaite about the reward, but he really didn't feel like he'd had his chicken returned to him.
Yeah.
So he turned to Anivari and asked her. Well, first of all, he turned to Dinari and asked yes or no, and Dinari was quite adamantly not getting involved in that shit. So Anivari gave him a solid yes. What was his question? He didn't ask it out loud, but what was the meaning behind his question?
I think it was whether or not he should leave his wife and be with the other farm girl.
And who is the other farm girl?
Mary.
You happy
I have
with
no
Mary?
idea.
No idea.
I have no idea.
I did not get her name.
Her name's Mary now.
I
Mary Magdalene.
Oh,
Mandy, not Mary.
no. Oh, it's close enough.
Yes, and how did he get close to Farmer Mandy?
Well, they would spend their time together when, like, down by the river. No.
Anybody else?
Well, like, how did he ask her, or how did they?
No. What form had their relationship taken up until this moment?
Oh,
just
she would
secret
compliment him.
rendezvous.
Yeah.
Where did she compliment him?
I think like where their fence
through the
met.
bushes at the end of the garden. Farmer Braithwaite then went off to Farmer Mandy, and you all went with him. He took 2 animals. What were they?
One of them was a goat.
He did bring a goat.
A pig.
That's all I got.
Jack? Was the other
Yeah,
one?
I had the goat, but I can't remember the other one because she hated goats.
Yes. He took a chicken out of the regular coop. Just stole a chicken from his wife. And he took his chicken and goat in and became happily embroiled in a relationship with Farmer Mandy. I'm sure that's going to go brilliantly for him.
The quickest divorce.
It was a quick
ever.
turnaround. And you guys wanted to take a trip to the Noble District. Why?
Because we have a quest that a lady Genevieve, was looking for someone to help her because she wants someone to go into the forest.
Indeed. And you were refused entry. Why?
Because I had a known thief, 2 devil spawn, and a runaway noble with the guards words specifically.
Yeah, it was pretty much a unanimous no for all reasons, right?
Yeah.
Look at us.
And so turned away, you decided to go and speak to somebody to send a message to Lady Genevieve, which was...
Well, no. Well, before we came to that idea, we were stopped by somewhat a mysterious figure in a dark alleyway.
You were.
Who offered us a way in, but not a way out, and it was very expensive. So we were like, no.
He did eventually offer you
could've
a
got
way out too,
out.
but even more expensive.
Exactly, it just costs more.
Too rich for our blood.
Mm-hmm. And then he disappeared.
Yes,
and then go on.
And then we ended whilst being on our way back to the tavern, hoping to find the court mage to ask him to send a message to Lady Genevieve to be like, if you want help, you gotta come to the Port District.
Yeah. And after our recap quiz, the inspiration card goes to Elora.
Oh hell no!
I've already handed you one, Josh. It was a very strong effort today. So on your way to the court mage, have you any idea what his name is? Have you any idea where he might be?
I don't think we ever got his name, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Most definitely did. Yeah.
Yikes!
You were given it twice, in fact.
Yeah.
Oh, Jobus!
No, that's
No.
the innkeep.
Damn it.
Although he's a nice dude.
No, not Archie.
Josh, I will remind you that we have a cast list here with all the prominent names. He's in the prominent NPCs.
Rhaegar. I know. I was looking at the NPC tab list.
Rhaegar, technically. It's
Rhaegar.
Ra. It's just the first letter of the alphabet.
Rhaegar.
A for ant. Rhaegar. Court mage Rhaegar. Where are you going to look for him? Where might you find him? You've just remembered his name.
Well, we've only seen him in the tavern, so that's where I thought he'd be.
Yeah, the same tavern you had breakfast in?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
You trot on back. The Harriet is currently clearing up the large collection of apples on the table. Jobus is cleaning some cups behind the bar. And a young woman is sat on the floor playing with a cat. A big, fluffy orange cat. No one else is in the tavern. What do you do?
Yeah. Ooh, I'll go. Jobus is the barkeeper, right?
Yes, Jobus is indeed the barkeep. Here he is again.
Yeah, he looks way too big for that room. I will head on over to Jobus.
Okay. All right, got everything you need.
Almost. Have you seen Court Mage Rhaegar?
Court Mage Rhaegar. He'll be preparing his spells for the day, I would imagine. He's got a little ritual in the morning. He'll be down shortly.
Ooh, do you know what room he's in? Could I go and
I do.
rap upon his door?
I would not interrupt his morning ritual. He's quite precious about it. It shouldn't be long before he's down. Perhaps I can get you a tankard of watered ale in the meantime.
Yeah, that would be nice. Thank you.
Okay, he'll charge you a copper shard, but we kind of hand wave those.
Yep.
And he'll offer one to the rest of you as well. The young girl sort of is engaged in quite a animated conversation with this cat. And you can't help but be distracted by it.
What did she say?
She's just sort of chatting away. Just constantly sort of, what do you think there is over there? And do you think that... Well, you live here. Surely you know all the best nooks and crannies. Are there any nooks and crannies that I would fit in? And she's just sort of chatting away with this cat. The cat seems willing to listen. Every now and again it sort of cocks its head, purrs a little bit. Other than that, not much to do. Just sit around and wait. Are we doing anything interesting while you're waiting?
I don't think so.
Good. Okay. After a short while, a young man will come in the tavern, and he'll look around and... You You adventurers?
Yeah,
Well,
I guess.
looking for work?
Yeah, we're known as the Freedom Chasers.
Right. Right. Hey.
You...
Sort of hesitates a few different times, and eventually he... Gotta go to Burwood. Gotta go to Burwood. I wanna die.
Do we know what and where Burwood is?
Yeah, Burwood is the very city you were chased out of.
Oh, no.
Episode 1.
Came from Burwood.
Yeah.
Is this person a human?
He appears humanish.
Humanish.
Yeah, he could be Kalishtar, he could be maybe a half.
Yeah, he's got no pointy or anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, why do you need to go to Burwood?
My father. Take his body and funeral. The funeral.
Okay. Well, do you need? Are you asking for someone to escort you?
I think maybe that'll be best, unless you know any teleportation spells.
No. You do know that even if we were to, we wouldn't be we're not in the best place with the people who run that town. We couldn't come in with you.
Well, why not?
Oh, just casual racism and a lack of understanding of magic.
That's awful.
Mm.
Is there a reason why he's hesitating so much? Like, is this?
Just looks
Does
like
it look like he's hurt him,
absolute
or just
mess.
like
He's just
tired?
a mess. You can see that he's been crying. He's tired. He's worried. He's obviously very sad, quite stressed, and he seems like a person who probably has a fairly nervous disposition anyway. On top of all of that, he sort of pulls at his hair a little bit. Do you think I should not go?
William looks like very like, oh my god, why is this guy asking us all these questions? I mean, if you want to attend the funeral, no?
Yes, my mother will want me there. Do you know teleportation spells?
No. There's a court mage upstairs, though. He might be able to do that.
I sort of lean into William. You really think he'd do something like that for a fellow like this, though?
I think probably if he has the money for it. I mean,
Yeah.
If I must pay, I will. I have money to pay. Yes, I do.
I turn back
to
Eri. Yeah, I think he'll do it.
Do I hear you two trying to bargain money out of this guy?
They're not. They're saying if he has the money to pay Court Mage Regar for the teleportation,
then he'll teleport him. Yeah.
Well, we can find out. But, mate, in the meantime, why don't you have an ale to calm your nerves?
And as you say that, Harriet comes over. Yes, Alexander, come and take a seat. Let me get you something warm to eat. You've probably not eaten since the news. It must have been a difficult morning for you. We'll get you a nice hot drink. And sort of sits him down, and he just sort of looks despairingly. Like he keeps looking down his hands.
Harriet, can I borrow you?
Dude. Yeah. Sure. Borrow me? That's a strange phrase. What can I do for you?
What do you know about Quicks? Like, family origin? Do you know anything?
Oh,
about
I
him?
shouldn't be whispering rumors.
Are they rumors? We're just asking about family.
Quick has no family, but some people think that maybe he did once. Well, obviously he must have done once. But
I give her a look like.
yeah, obviously he must have done once, but people talk about who they might have been. There are whispers they were fair, you see, but well, rumors shouldn't be discussed.
Was he just left on a doorstep as a baby then?
Rick was looked after by the ladies of a well-to-do house of entertainment until he was 3. And then, well, he was passed about down here after that for the most part.
In my study of magic, do I know anything about fame?
About fame?
About Fae?
Sure, maybe.
Great, love that.
About what if I don't understand what the question has to do with
Fae,
anything.
right? That one of the rumors is that his parents were Fae. You said
fair, that they were fair, as in they were not peasants. They were rich.
Oh.
No, this is why I was so confused. I was like, maybe depends what you're talking about. No, nothing to do with Fae at all. Basically the rumor is that maybe he comes from nobility. You can infer that.
Okay, but in reality, what people know is that he came from a whorehouse.
Well, he was raised in the whorehouse for the first 3 years, which may well mean that he was the son of a noble and a whore.
And then kicked out when he was 3 years old.
When he was 3 or 4, he was passed down to the peasant town where he was passed around from place to place. Raised by the peasant people.
Have you noticed anything? I don't know. Abnormal about him before?
No one's normal. I've got to get that hot drink. 1 moment. And she rushes off and she grabs that hot drink that Jobus has made, and she brings it over to Alexander, and then she comes back to you. And about Quick. I mean, he's a nice lad. He works very hard to make sure that he doesn't have to borrow or beg.
Yeah, he's a good little lad, isn't he?
Yes. Almost call him a friend.
Almost?
He's young. But he's a sweet lad.
All right, well, I won't keep you from... And I look around
yes.
nervously
So many
at the
patrons.
no customers, yeah. I'm sure you have something to do.
Aye, and if I don't, Jobus will find something.
Yeah. Hold on, what can you tell us about Alexander over there?
Alexander Callison.
No.
Okay.
Should that last name mean something?
The man who was murdered on the street was Mr. Matthew Callison.
Oh, the merchant. Oh, no.
This is his son. His dad, the funeral, should all be coming together now.
All right.
How awkward.
He is worried about suffering the same fate as his father. They're saying ghosts did it, you know.
Look, this might be an ample opportunity for us to find out what really happened. If we go back on our way to Burwood and we just leave the...
Why would anybody want to go to Burwood? You hear as this as a court mage comes down the stairs and overhears you. Looks over at you and... You don't really want to go there, do you? Dreadful hovel.
I mean, yeah, it's a bit of a shithole, but...
Backwards people, backwards views. Oh, good morning, Alexander. The usual, please, Harriet. And he goes and sits at a table a little close to you. So, why are we going to Burwood?
William, you're right, mate.
Alexander would like to go back there to attend his father's funeral.
His father's funeral? Master Callison?
He died on the road. Not.
Oh boy, I'm so sorry.
Oh boy.
No, as in he says boy to Matthew.
Oh, you don't mean?
Yes.
Oh boy.
No. Oh boy, I'm so sorry. Your father was a great man.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
I will. What happened to him? If you don't mind me asking, perhaps we should.
But he's I
One
kind of
moment.
like.
Matthew, if you, perhaps you don't need to rehash the events here. Just sit there for one moment, he says, and he just taps him on the shoulder, and you see him like rub his shoulder ever so slightly, and Matthew just goes to sleep. And then he's going to turn to you, and so sorry. You were saying, what happened to his father?
From what we heard, he was attacked. Not that far outside the city. With
I should speak to the guards.
Arrow wounds and.
They're saying the ghosts did it. Sorry.
But no one saw the perpetrators.
Actually, one of the guards came forward this morning and said that he did see the perpetrators. Ghostly men on ghostly horses. But, well, it was all us. Oh, right, well, we can pretty much discard that story. Orlas is a notorious drunk, even on duty. He sees all sorts, whether he intends to or not.
But if there's no other, guesses as to what happened, it's not unrealistic to think that he could have been attacked by undead. No.
Indeed, that is definitely a possibility. I should see Matthew up to the teleportation circle up at the keep. I have a teleportation circle in Burwood. I can get him there nice and quickly with his father.
Well, whilst you're up there, you
Yes.
couldn't do a favour for us, could you?
Not to do with teleporting, just something else.
What's you on? I don't remember owing you a favour.
We'd owe you a favour, that's how it works. Like,
Well,
are you alright in the head? You keep calling Alexander Matthew, you don't know how favours work? What's going on?
He's a wizard.
Oh,
did I call him Matthew? Sorry, my bad. That was entirely
I'm joking.
unintentional
He's
slip.
having a stroke.
Yeah, that's a James slip. But anyway, he sort of you can see him sort of think for a moment, and well, perhaps a favour for a favour. If you're going out of town, I could use some blue cap mushrooms. They grow in and around the river, and other the watery bodies. If you manage to garner any, I'd appreciate it. What can I do for you?
How many do you need?
Whatever you can manage, I'll pay you for them.
Okay. Our favour is we need you to get a message to Lady Genevieve. She put up a help wanted poster, but the guards won't allow us into the higher part of town because of our reputation.
Yes, I can imagine. Well, backwards folk with backwards views, as I said, even here. Sorry to hear that. I am not... That word again. I'm not particularly in favour at the courts. Otherwise, I would see whether I could do something about that. But Lady Genevieve is a friend. I will see that she gets your message immediately. Should she come here, if she wishes to speak to you, or send a message here?
Yeah, if she could come here, that would be great.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Right, come on, Alexander. He sort of shakes Alexander awake. Let's get you back to Burwood. That would be very, very helpful. I do need to get back to Burwood. My father's funeral, you see. And as this conversation sort of carries on, you guys are left in the Silver Pony. The girl with the cat on the ground just sort of looks up and, oh! He's left. Oh. He didn't want you. How? Why did he not want you? Why did he not call? And then suddenly the cat just gone.
Familiar.
It is, yes, indeed. Court Mage Rhaegar's familiar. You can work out quite quickly. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Harriet, I'm going out. Do you need anything from the shops? No, thanks, darling. And then the young girl sort of gets up and skips on out the door, leaving you sort of just with Jobus. Jobus looks at you all and you say they won't let you up to the noble parts of town.
Yeah.
It's awful. We're trying to do a good deed. Hopefully your reputation will spread soon enough. And they'll know that they would be well something. That's the word I'm looking for. I can't sentence right now. They would be better off with you being able to go up there. They would be wellificated, whatever that word is.
Is he drunk?
No, I can't find the words right now. Sorry, it's probably because I forgot to get a drink before session.
Okay, so we're waiting on the Lady Genevieve quest. We're waiting for Elora to be here before we go any further with the vermin problem, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
More specifically, you were waiting to try and speak to the druid.
Sure. Yeah, we could go out looking, but ideally we'd want Elora with us. And then the only other one we've got is Julie wants help.
Yeah.
Don't know who Julie is.
Oh, Jobus will inform you. Oh, Julie lives a little out of town to the east. She's pregnant, you know. She's got a little farm. They make meads and stuff. They a little brewery, and she grows wheats and grains.
Could you mark it on our region map? I pull out our giant.
I'm literally. If you take the east road out of Norvina, you cannot miss her farm.
Oh, okay. Do you happen to? Sorry, go on.
Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. The Eastwoods were also the area of, oh god, she's her name. Was it Diana?
Diana.
Yes. She was looking for paint materials. Were those not also on the Eastern roads?
Have I given you the small map? I've given you the small map. Let me get you a slightly less small map. This one. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
So these woods up here as to what those refer to. Have I left a name off of this little town?
Yeah, there's like a town there that has no name. The town with no name.
A couple of these don't have names, but I think this one in particular is intentional. Yes, these woods up here, you are definitely the woods where you might get the flowers that Dana was talking about. If you come out of the east gate of Norvina, as if going to Fleet Landing, you would, as you head towards the lock bridge, you would see Julie's farm.
We could also... Is that the river where the mushrooms grow upon as well?
They grow by any river. You can just scout along and have a look. They would grow by the lake, they would grow by the river. Even smaller bodies of water.
Okay, maybe we can...
I did say to you, if you had Elora here, you could knock out 3 quests in one go.
Yeah, let's do that.
You're beginning to see how. But in the meantime, I'm just going to speed you by very briefly. Because you're there, instead of packing you a packed lunch, Harriet will offer you lunch at the premises. I think you guys actually packed lunches, didn't you?
I made multiple sandwiches.
Yeah, so you can get those out and eat them if you want. It's about 11:45, approaching 12 o'clock. When a lady comes in. And she's quite well to do, you can see. She's tried to dress down a little bit. You can see that she's wearing her plainest clothes, but she cannot hide her noble bearings. What the hell does that say?
I like her little necklace that looks like a figure of a person.
Like it's going like, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, her earring, you mean? Yeah. Strange place for a necklace, Josh. It's nowhere near her neck.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't know why I said necklace.
But yes, she comes in and sort of looks around and... Oh. Might I make the assumption that it was yourselves that were looking for me? I had a message.
Lady Genevieve.
Mage Drago. Indeed. I'm afraid I don't have the pleasure of knowing your names.
My name is William Hale.
William Hale, a pleasure. And yours? And she looks to Dinari.
My name is Dinari, madam.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And yourself? And she looks at Weary.
Oh, you can call me Weary.
Oh. Is that a nickname?
Something like that.
I see. Okay. And then Anivari will introduce herself. And she looks at you all. Oh, well, I understand you might be looking for some work.
We saw your help sign. We did come to try and find you in person, but the guards didn't care too much for us.
Oh.
As I'm sure you can imagine why.
Are you criminals?
No.
I don't see what business a guard has caring or not caring for anyone.
Well, you know, some of us are tieflings. Some of us are being accused of...
I hadn't noticed. What's that got to do with anything?
But I kind of give her a look as if to say, like, what world are you living in? Well, people who are non-human, or at least non-human looking, are denied entrances and services to lots of places.
No, I didn't know anything such a thought. I know that up in the courts they are mistreated and maligned in some ways, spoken only of, and they do overly value this perfect beauty of the elven grace, but I didn't realize it would affect your rights as citizens. That's terrible.
Belief have consequences.
Idiocy, however, often doesn't. Shame. Regardless, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. Well, my needs are quite urgent, you see. My mother is dying.
Is she human?
You're not sure, but she looks humanish.
Okay, because she looks quite elderly, so when she says mum, I'm like, oh my goodness.
She looks like she's in her early to mid-50s. She could easily have a mum who was 70 or 80.
Okay, yeah.
So she looks human. My mother is dying. There's a cure. But the doctors say it needs retrieving, and I begged and asked various people to go, and nobody would take me up on it. I can pay you well, or I have an old ring that's been in my family a long time. Quite magical. That you might have instead, if you prefer. And
there must be a good reason why many people have turned down to come to your aid.
Well, the Aster Forest is a dangerous place, and we don't get many adventuring groups up here. So I'd be asking people to move away from their normal day-to-day life. And I've asked a few guards and offered them gold, but they speak of rumors and...
Did you say boomers?
Rumors.
Oh,
and the witch in
the... that it is a scary thing to encounter in the forest.
And the witch of the woods and such. But sturdy adventurers like yourselves should be fine. There's also some strange rumors around the plant itself. It's called a Ganosha plant, you see. They say it would extend her life by almost 20 years.
Wow.
They also say you can only pick it at midnight. And it grows upon a hill where nothing else will. No.
Do you know what it looks like?
I am told that the leaves are dark brown and are thin and flow and soft to touch. It's a root plant. It will be buried mostly within the hill, but this hill will have no grass upon it.
Okay,
Just
out of
cracked
character.
land.
So that means that it would if the map is accurate, it would either be these hills here,
No, up
or
there.
it would be those ones up
Yeah,
there.
up there. I can put a little marker there if you would like.
Is that still part of the forest?
Yeah, because the forest continues further
entire-
up.
Okay. So we could happily ignore these two hills.
Yes. If you ask about those, she would say, I would stay clear of those if I was you. Those are the barrows. So
What are the
that's story.
barrows?
You would know what barrows are as a character.
Silly me.
So barrows would mean sort of like what is define barrows? It's
Are there arrows with a big B on them?
no. It means sort of
Yup.
like. I'm trying to think of how to define them. They're areas where undead are known to be, basically. For barrows like barrow whites would be the sort of
Barrow white.
oh, it's sort of very old English.
Just confusing me further.
They're like wraith-like creatures. I think they're often
They're wispy.
yeah. But barrows are
They're
like barrow
zombie-like.
downs. It's sort of hills and knolls where they're said to be on top of old graves, and the undead protect the area.
Like a can.
Yes, that. Thank you. There's a good word. That doesn't help you at all, does it, Josh? Never mind.
No.
there.
So it's like a tomb that's within a hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Like,
bringing
did you play
truth to the
Skyrim?
literal phrase, better over the hill than under.
Yeah. Did you play Skyrim?
I
Because
did.
that's like, yeah, all of those things, like, you know, the tombs like underneath the hills. That's like the dungeons, like the dungeons within, like, you know,
Like this, Josh.
underneath the land.
That's a
and stuff.
barrow or a can.
Another king.
So like a rocky hill in Freedom Chance's channel, like a rocky hill with an entrance underneath. Yeah, there are dozens of barrows in those hills in the Aston Forest,
Okay.
or cairns, or
It would be on
little
top of
tombs.
that.
No, don't go there. Avoid them.
Oh,
many
right,
undead. Yes,
Right.
go that
but they
way
won't be
instead.
at that hill. I kind of want to go to that hill now, just to.
Please
have a
do.
fight.
It'll be a nice short campaign.
Mhm.
Level 1.
Ye of little faith.
Ye of little experience points.
You
Uh,
have 6 hit points.
Yes, exactly. You have 6 hit points and about the same amount of armor class.
I have 9 armor class, thank you.
Yes, well, with some good lunch, you might have 9 hit points to match. But anyway, she will tell you that it grows up there. But they say to only pick it at midnight.
Now, is that because they only bloom at midnight, or is it like something bad happens if you pick it at any other time?
Truth be told, I don't know. There's an old herbalist. Lives on the North Road, out of town. Come out to the east and head up to the north. You might speak with her, or Ben if he's around. He travels much, or Nor the Druid if you meet him. Any of those might know more about it.
Okay. Well, we're going up there anyways, so we can definitely have a goose.
The old herbalist goes by
Okay.
the name of Whistle, though her real name is Garetha. But everyone
Alright.
calls her Whistle.
You just say have a goose, mate.
Yeah, have a gander.
Have a goose and a gander.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know a moose named Amanda.
Do you?
Does she look like one?
Oh, but yeah, she will sort of. I offered you payment in either silver or in form of a magical ring, but there is something else that I could do, perhaps to aid you should you succeed on this quest. I would take you into my employ, not to do anything specific, but you'd be able to access the noble town, my employ, and you might be a little protected. Although my reputation is fairly besmirched.
Why?
As I say what I think, love. It's not admired at court.
Well, we'd be very happy if you could, help us get into that district and give us the magic ring. So
Sure.
we will definitely look for that plan for you.
My mother won't last long, so I'd much appreciate it. You be careful. There are rumors of ghosts along the road, as well as much else.
We'll be fine.
Perhaps. Jobus! You still have some of those old scrolls. The Kingly crew. Jobus. I was hoping to sell them. Good. Let me have a look at them. She sort of reaches to him and takes this old scroll case that he takes out of a locked chest under the bar, and she sort of takes them out and spreads them out. 1, 2, 3. Take these two. She sort of walks over to him and pays him 2 gold pieces. They should help you on your way.
Thank you.
And you have received a scroll of aid and a scroll of speak with animals.
Oh, cheers, love.
Some of the beasts in the forest can be quite dangerous if you don't know how to calm them. I've heard.
Sorry, what was the other scroll?
Scroll of aid and a scroll of
And-
speak with animals.
Speak with animals.
Wish you well. I should get back to my mother. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Nod. As she leaves, I kind of look down at the scrolls, almost with a look of disgust, and just very haphazardly pass them to whoever sat to my left.
Just a reminder, in my campaigns, you can all use scrolls. It's an Arcana check, but uses your spellcasting attribute if you have one. So weary to use a scroll would be a Wisdom spellcasting Arcana check, for example. It would be a Charisma spellcasting check for for the one that isn't here. And Dinari, it would be an Arcana check with some bravery to do it yourself if you need. Actually, I don't think your intelligence is particularly lacking, is it?
I thought my spellcasting was charisma based.
I don't think your
As well.
spellcasting is anything. You're a fighter.
Or I mean,
Fighter.
well,
Is it
yeah, but I thought
strength-based?
racial traits. There were some that they say that you're.
Oh,
you're
they're just
okay,
racials.
you are.
That's how you can use whatever it says for them, but your Arcana check will be intelligence unless you have actual normal spellcasting.
It's decent.
So any one of the three of you can give it a go.
It's a negative, but it's decent.
It's a decent negative.
Yes, it's only a 1.
Yeah.
It's not a 4.
Yeah.
But you can, all 3 of you can use them.
Mhm.
And Harriet sort of looks over and, if you're traveling all the way up there, you'll be gone a night or 2. Should I pack you some rations for the road? You won't be costing us anything for the dinner.
That'd be great, thank you.
Let me do that. And she will come back after a short while with a traveller's pack. This contains 10 rations, which includes some food that can be cooked on the road and some food that's already edible. So there's dried meat, dried fruit, and then on top of that there's some potatoes, some yams, and some corn, some hard loaf bread, some fairly sharp cheese, a small compote of berries, and
Cool.
what looks like a jerky, I guess is the best way of putting it. Really tough little tiny strips of meat.
Mhm.
Right, 10 rations.
Just, make yourself food out of all those things that are listed, chef.
Cool. Shall we make a move whilst it's still light out?
Yeah, so it's only 12:30 in the afternoon at the moment, so there's plenty of time for travelling. And that is definitely the DM's plan, even if it is not yours. You will need to leave via the East Gate, because the North Gate is in the Noble District. and then head up the northern road. Which is convenient for you, because you wanted to speak to Julie.
We did.
Okay. Is that where we shall go?
Mm-hmm.
We shall.
Obviously, Anivari will collect her horse. The rest of you will be foot upon. Is that correct? Okay.
Mhm.
And I'm assuming a bird will join you shortly. Once you're outside. Marvelous. Where is my noise gone? Anybody know where the noise has gone? It's gone very quiet, hasn't it?
It has.
Mhm.
There should be some nice little setting out travelling music going on. It's not doing anything. Let's try that one instead. Yeah, cool. As you head out of Norvina to the east, Quick will run to meet you as you're heading out of town. You off somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. You going out of town?
Yeah.
I've got to head down to Julie's place. Mind if I walk with you?
Just gotta shake this guy. Yeah,
Isn't that a
sure.
coincidence, mate?
Well, she's looking for someone to help her with some work.
That's why we're going.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well, you have a lovely day then. And he sort of
Just robbed this kid of a job.
pretty much. And he sort of shrugs and he's like, "That's all right. I've got plenty else I can get on with." And he sort of heads over to the other tavern, the Wandering Turtle. He'll go, "I've got some lifting to do up at the Wandering Turtle. I'll get that done."
Isn't he 10?
No, he's 14, 15.
Oh, I don't know why I thought he was like a little kid.
A little
His
young.
artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
He looks quite young, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't know. He could easily be 13, 14.
Could he?
I don't know. Probably. I am. He is, whether you like it or not. So that's where we're at. But yeah, I mean, it's not like massive, like heavy lifting. He's just got some work to do. So off he trots, and you guys can head out to Julie's. As you head along the east road and out of town, you do hear one guard mutter "good riddance" and the other one elbow him quite loudly. And as you get out of town, you'll see there's literally 3 farms out here. And one is called Applewinter Farm. One is called Darkacre Farm. And one is simply known as Julie's Meadery, which might be her place.
Our first
I head
puzzle.
to the dark one. That's got to be the
Gotta-
one.
We split up. Just one of us goes to each one.
Yeah.
All right, Julie's meadery it is.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get there, the door is open. And to this sort of outer house, it's a round stone. Bloody hell, there goes the microphone. It's a round stone building with a little chimney.
I'll knock on the door.
Oh, do come in! Bit busy to come over and greet you, I'm afraid.
I'll head on in.
And you see
Oh my god, that is Mary.
you see well, Elora found us this. It was as good as I was looking for pregnant farmer, and some strange things came up.
She's got a dead eye.
Yeah, she does, amongst many other things. Don't look too closely. Keep your distance. I won't even let streams see it. But regardless, she's there, and she's sort of, who is it? Can I help you?
We're answering your help poster.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Give me a moment. One of you got a strong arm? Anivari
I
will
looked at
sort of-
Dinari.
Anivari will head over, so that we don't take one of you out of roleplay. And she will say, "Just keep stirring this, love." And Anivari will stir the huge pot of treacle as she comes over to you all. And, "Hi, Ben's been due for 3 days. He's not come down. He doesn't live all that far to the north, but it's a bit of a walk for me at the moment. I don't suppose he's the beekeeper. If I'm running out of honey, so
Oh, this is just a grocery run of sorts.
Ben's a little further out of town than that, but yes. But I'm worried something might have happened to him. You see, he comes every time, on time, every week. But strange things have been happening in the forest, he says, and down by the lake. And, he's very attuned to nature as Ben. We haven't seen Nor this week either. So I'm a little worried something might have happened. Hence, it might be more than just a grocery run.
Mhm.
If you do make it up there, my usual collection would be very helpful. And he'll know what that is. I've not much to pay you, but I've got some lovely mead. And some other goods. Perhaps I might give you a bottle for the journey. I trust you'll come back with news, if nothing else.
Sure. I mean, we're heading up there anyway, so
Oh, good.
we can check in on the way.
Thank you. Just some news would be welcome, if nothing else. That mead will do you some good on the road. You drink it if you're cold. Keep you warm. And just to tell you, Julie's mead does actually give you resistance to cold for an hour. And there is enough for 4 of you.
We should save that for when we're in a tundra place.
Ah, yes. Just when you take an odd trip to the Garrick Northlands, yes.
Yeah.
You never know when you might pop up there. Actually, I think, to be fair, I think some of the Archipelagos is still quite cold. Let's have a little look, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Here-ish
Yeah,
somewhere.
Yeah, there's like 3 different aisles. Yeah.
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 Oh, it's not
It's not
in
that far.
miles. It's hold on. Let's fix that.
Gates of Winter.
There we go. Not far at all.
Just 1,000 miles.
An
Some of this is
Elder
on
Ring.
close. What? An Elder
Oh,
Ring?
sorry, Elder Being.
What does it say, an Elder Being?
Yeah. What's an Elder Being, James?
One of the few things I've forgotten to edit on this map. I stole this map from somebody else. Well, I mean, it does, like, this should just be invisible. I will reprint it at some point.
Winter's Wrath.
Well, to
So
be fair, you can know. You can know
where the
about it.
BBEG is.
No, that is, I will just tell you, I guess. You've heard a rumor about this elsewhere, which is why it's on your map. An ancient white dragon is said to live there. And he's known as one of the oldest of them all.
Maybe that's Quick's dad.
Sure. Okay.
Just, you know, in your world...
Quick's dad is an ancient dragon from under the ice.
Well, in some of your worlds, dragons can turn to humans, and it's a very common D&D thing to fuck a dragon.
Dragons can turn to humans,
Okay.
but it's just a bit odd that Quick might be their son. Regardless.
They would explain what's so weird about him.
You are obsessed with this boy.
I
He's
want to
obsessed
know
with
what's
you?
weird about. I want to know what's weird about him. It's bothering me.
Yeah, a little weird.
If he's like ancient and powerful, I want to drain him of his magic.
Good lord.
He doesn't need it.
What kind of campaign is you trying to concoct there, little
You don't
Josh?
Yeah.
want to know.
I think we just found the BBE.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys get off on the road, and before you do, Harriet will roll a d20 for your sandwiches at lunch.
Cool.
Wow, Harriet.
You
Just spitting all over us.
You made them. You made them, Josh. Don't forget that, not her. But horse meat is not all that good for, not all that good in sandwiches, apparently. Left out for a bit too long and stuff. The lunch was edible, but bestowed no virtues.
I probably
bit
put
dry.
too much food in there too. It's probably falling out all over the place.
Like the Scooby-Doo side thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I've always wanted to eat one of those sandwiches.
Anyway, let's get you guys on the road. On the road again. Up. And as you head on out of town,
So many
Julie's
hills with
mission-
nothing on top of them.
Julie's mission. There are hills with nothing on top of them here as well. They've got the odd tree. Okay, you can go this way.
Oh, that's nice.
Lovely. Isn't that a nice little view? Cool. As you trundle along, you're you're wandering for an hour or so. When you see a young man by the roadside. He's got a gloriously long beard that is very thin and clearly quite well oiled and curls up a little bit. And he sees you and sort of stops you on the road. Ah, you have come to visit. You are wanting a painting, of course.
No.
What?
Sorry, I just thought I should be blunt. I don't want to be swindled out of the nothing
Swindled?
that I have.
Swindle, excuse me! I am Nico van de Vavière! I swindle nobody. My work is famous.
Oh, okay, well then I don't want to swindle you by I don't have nothing to give you.
Oh, that would be a problem.
Do
So
we
you would make
recognize
a,
that name?
you would make a fascinating subject. William, you particularly may give me just straight charisma check.
A charisma check.
One day I'm going to introduce
And
a worldly knowledge and gossip skill that is charisma based.
Oh, that's cool.
19.
19, yes, you most definitely do. You know that various people, probably your mother included, have had portraits painted by Nico van de Vavière. He will offer you...
Nico van de Vavière.
Nico van de Vavière.
Nico van?
Nico van de Vavière.
Nico van de Vavière.
Close enough, yes. Exactly. And he will offer you, he will say, you are a fascinating subject. I will do half price for you, only 15 gold pieces.
I know you.
15 gold pieces. We have
Yeah,
15 gold pieces, yeah, man.
As I was saying, I got nothing to give.
You truly do not have any money. Oh, that is...
But you just say you know him, William?
Well,
he just means he knows my work, of course.
Well, you've done work for nobility. Why are you out here in the middle of a field?
But it is not just any field. This will make the perfect background for my next portrait.
Fortunately, the roads on this path are not traveled by people who have 15 in gold just to spend willy-nilly. I'm sure your work is nice, it's just...
But she said
not-
I would meet
not
my
the
next...
clientele.
She said I would meet my next... what do you call it? Subject. My next subject here.
Who's
Right
she?
here. As the witch. The witch of the woods.
Well, I don't think she was talking about us.
And,
But
what
since
is
you
like
brought
it?
her up, what did she look like? What was she like?
She was beautiful. Like... so many features upon one face, you see. Such eyes. Such wonderful lines that we could draw. Her hair all about her like a bush out of season, you know.
Like an out-of-season bush.
She was fascinating. And the rings that she has in her ears, the strange jewelry she wears, such a character. She would not let me paint her there and then, but trust me, I have painted from memory many different paintings. Would you like to see some?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And he will reach to his backpack, and you see him open like a little compartment at the back, and then fold it out, and he will pull out various couple of portraits one at a time. You can tell that he's an astoundingly good painter, and he's captured this beautiful woman who, but not beautiful in a classic sense. Beautiful, she's old. You know, she's definitely in her sort of 80s or 90s and aging, but she's got a beautiful character to her face. And you note that 2 or 3 of the paintings are quite different from each other, though he insists they are all the Witch of the Woods. Josh.
Wow. Okay, well, we be off.
Okay. I shall be waiting here. She says my next subject will come. Perhaps you find some gold on your journey and come back.
Perhaps.
Maybe. There's just more practical shit to get, man.
Or is there? Give me a history check, William.
History. I don't know much about history. That's like 17.
Yeah, so every now and again it is said that Nico van de Vavier paints a picture so good that it captures part of someone's soul.
What does that mean? I'll ask
Like a
him.
lich.
Well, you know, there are rumors that every so often you paint so well it captures someone's soul. Is this true? And if so, what does that mean?
We first discovered it with his greatness, the old Duke of Dublin. You see, he died so shortly after my painting, but a little bit of him lived on in the painting. So the painting came to life.
Oh, like a Hogwarts portrait.
A little bit. So I don't know what that is, but they say that a powerful wizard or cleric could use it to bring someone back. Think of it like the way that a ring of mind shielding would store someone's soul until they could be restored. His paintings can do the same if he captures them well enough.
Is there a way to guarantee this happens?
No, alas. But there are many ways to make it more likely. A beautiful background, an interesting subject like yourself, and he points to Weary.
Me? Oh, fuck off, mate.
You would be so interesting to paint. So much character. You walk about like you ate the entire world.
I haven't eaten in a while, even though...
No,
I have.
Eat! He tries
Like
desperately in his French accent to say the word
A
hate.
secret H in there.
You walk about like you
Oh, hate.
hate the whole world, but he is French. He cannot say hate.
Well, most of the world hates me. I just give it the old mirror back.
It would be fascinating, especially if we could include that bird. My goodness, I have never seen anything so angry.
Yeah, he's more angry than me, mate. Give him a little pat on his head.
Well, at any point, half price for you. Or a group picture, perhaps. 50
That's
gold
what I was
pieces.
thinking. 50 pieces.
It's 100 gold pieces
50.
for a group piece, but he'll do it half price because Weary's cool.
50 and not even a guarantee. That
chance.
will-
Does that mean when we come back we're all like an amalgamation of our sorts and we're all like fused together?
No.
If we're all trapped into one portrait together forever.
You could indeed, if you got TPK'd, come back as souls in a portrait until somebody restores you.
Bloody hell. Well,
That's a lot on a chance.
as we said, we got no coin on us right now, mate. So
Indeed. You travel well. It will rain soon, you know. You look up at the
rain.
beautiful clear skies.
that's all right.
Uh-huh.
The witch also tell you this?
Oh, you can't smell it. The storm is coming.
I think
Got the
been
impression
sleeping too many
This man indulges in a few things.
He doesn't say.
Okay.
Like huffing some paints.
He nods at you and wishes you well. As you're traveling along the road, I will take a perception check, please, from anybody who has a positive modifier. 0 is positive in this moment.
Alrighty. 19.
15.
19.
10.
Dinari, as you guys are wandering along the road, you spot some of those little brown plants that Diana was asking for.
Ooh.
You want to try and take some cuttings. Did we give you herbalism kit as well as alchemy? We did, right?
Trying to see. I'm proficient with the oh no, I did take an herbalism kit as a piece of inventory.
Cool, but do you have proficiency in it?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Love
Okay,
those.
so if you can give me a proficient dex check. So a
Proficient.
straight dex check plus your proficiency modifier or any skill that you are proficient in that is dexterity based if you've got like sleight of hand or anything like that. Or a herbalism check if I possibly gave that to you, but I don't think I did.
I think we were gonna figure out what like what it was based in.
No, that's
That's
the
wisdom
alchemy. That's the alchemy.
children's journal?
The herbalism will always be dex.
Okay.
So yeah,
So
just give me a dex check
plus
and
proficiency?
add 2. Yeah.
Okay. Victory. That's a 5.
Yeah, that's great. As you're trying to cut the herbs, you sort of you're not doing very well. It's quite a tough stem, and as you cut, you crush some of the leaves.
Yeah, it's a
You could get
big
them, but they're
hand-axe,
not.
small plant.
Yeah, they're not. It's not the best cuttings anyone has ever taken. Bumpkin, you seem to have 2 alert feats, by the way.
She's extra alert.
I think so. I don't know if that contributed to the, because I don't see both of those bonuses going into my initiative.
Oh, I do. You have a +9.
Yeah, well, it's Dex plus proficiency plus 5 from alert, right?
And
So
the
that's-
other one gives you advantage on it. Yes. Or +2.
Oh, I haven't been rolling with.
It's not plus
advantage on it.
proficiency
It's just.
normally.
Hmm?
So it's giving you your proficiency bonus from one alert feat, and then it's giving you your +5 from the other
Oh,
one.
plus 5 from another.
Um,
Oh, okay.
I don't mind which one you take, but can you remove the other one?
Uh,
So on manage feats, just click one or click the other, and just click delete.
all right, I'll try and work on that.
I would probably just delete the bottom one, the free rolls page 200 one that says when you roll initiative add +2 to the roll. Just click delete on that one. Anyway, yes, so Nico van der Vavier will wish you well. And as you guys head on down the road and collect some of these little brown flowers, you see quite a way down the road. It's now sort of 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m. You see a small collection of little tiny huts. They almost look like beehives, but they're quite big for beehives. You could fit gnomes in them.
Are we about to fight giant bees?
We about to fight gnomes.
Gnome-sized bees.
Gnome riding giant bees.
Who are bee-sized gnomes?
Whatever you're about to do, I suggest you do it.
Well, I think if
Yeah.
there's like a nearby house, we go because we need to find the guy.
You don't see houses, you just see these huts. All look like beehives, but big. Really quite big.
Well, let's just be
Any-
prepared.
Any discernible footprints or anything?
Give me a
I
survival
guess
check.
they'd be going between. Survive. 3.
You look around, there's a mess of what look to be human footprints, but no indication of which direction they're going or coming from.
Splendid.
Rest of you.
So how many of these are there in total?
There are 12, and they are perfectly laid out in a 4x3 grid.
Alright. Well, this has got to be it.
The end.
I guess we just
So
look
we've
around.
come to the end of the road. So you're just gonna have a look around. Okay. As you
Land
wander
around while
about,
trying to call out for them?
give me a perception check. And yeah, what are you calling out?
We got his name, didn't we? So just kind of trying to.
Ben the Beekeeper.
Ben.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got a 13.
13 on your perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Perception. Natural 1. Oh, fucking Christ.
Well, William, you make out the sort of by one of the beehives. You see a foot sticking out. A foot.
An alive.
Human foot.
Goodness. I'll go around to see what the foot's attached to,
Yeah.
if anything.
And you see a man lying down who looks nothing like anything you've ever seen. With large horns, pointed elf ears, and wings.
Whoa.
He is lying flat on his back, staring up at the sky.
Ben?
Oh, hello there. 1 second, please. He goes back to staring at the sky.
Go and kick him.
Did you say you kick him?
Yes.
I said go and kick him, and I said that to Dinari.
Oh, what? I totally thought you were saying that you were kicking him. I don't want to kick him, but
Just a little nudge, mate. Just a little nudge.
Fine. Okay, fine. I'll try and give him a. That's so mean. So mean.
We tried to get him to respond to us, but he went back to just staring up at the sky. So maybe he needs something a bit more forward.
Anivari, you kick him.
Okay. She'll go over and nudge him with her foot, and one moment, please.
How long is this moment gonna be?
No, I'm sick of this. I'm already sick of it. I go up and I block his view of the sky with my face.
He stares up as if staring straight into your eyes. It is very obvious to you at this point that he is not seeing whatever you're seeing.
I go and I blow on his eyes.
Oh, goodness me. Well. Oh, I'm very hungry. Have you some water?
Yeah, mate, here you go.
Sort of. Oh. I feel strange. Strange.
Have you snapped out of it?
I don't know. I don't know what I was snapped into.
Are you Ben?
Why, that's me, Ben the Beekeeper.
Okay.
Feels
Well.
strange.
Excuse me?
I feel strange. Tired, hungry.
Okay, well, that's fine. Look, we bring a message from one of your patrons. You've not delivered their honey.
Yeah, but it's not delivery day. What, 2 more days? 2 more days. I feel strange.
They said that you're actually late.
But that can't be.
Well,
I
how
go
long
on the 10th day, and the 20th, and so on and so forth, every 10 days.
It's currently the 15th.
Fucking isn't, it's the 12th.
That snapped you out of it.
You have a date and time right there. It's the 12th. That can't be. It's the 8th. It was the 8th.
How have you been laid down staring into the sky for 4 days?
Oh, the stars. I did see the stars. I saw all the stars.
Does it look like? Does it seem like maybe he was like he's been magically altered? Maybe like someone's cast a spell on him.
This dude.
Arcana check.
It's all the stars.
That is a 16.
It sounds like some sort of enchantment, but nothing you've ever heard of. Certainly not for that long. Like it's like a 4-day hypnotic pattern.
Did have you had any visitors? When last you remember?
Oh, a girl came up and bought some honey. A few hours ago. Well, maybe 4 days ago. No one else.
Was there anything strange about this
Oh,
girl?
no. Amanda comes by quite often. She's from a little further up the road. No, nothing else strange. Except the stars. They were beautiful. So many stars. I saw them all. They were moving, you see. The world was turning and I was turning with it. And the stars were in the sky. I can almost...
I'll slap him.
Sorry, thank you. Please, we should go inside. I must eat something.
Yeah.
I'll lead you over to a small hill, with a door in it, a little bit like a hobbit hole. And he sort of ducks and heads on in, and he sort of comes out holding a large piece of bread with with honey on it. Oh, that's very good. That's very good. I'm late. That's awful. I should head to Julie. She'll be waiting. She's pregnant. She can't make the walk up on her own. I feel, oh, thank you so much. Would you like some honey? Here.
Hold on a second.
He'll give you each a jar.
All right.
Most grateful.
We need it. Yeah, but you're about to go back into it, like this, whatever magicness thing.
You're right. I should call the swarm. They'll protect me. You're not afraid of bees, are you? Beautiful creatures.
No.
I don't know, but what I'm saying is like whatever magic's been put upon you, I don't think it's stopped.
No, I agree with you. I should go up to town, meet the healers, maybe see the court mage, but the swarm will protect me. Don't worry. And with that, he sort of makes this long noise, and coming out of each of the hives, you see a few bees, and they begin to swarm around him. These bees are large, this sort of size, 3 inches. Yeah, I'm terrified of bees and wasps, so it's quite a horrible thought for me. But you've got to admit his art's pretty cool.
Very cool swarm.
Yeah, and you see the swarm, and they sort of like raise him off the ground, and his own wings begin to flap. You can see that his wings couldn't lift them on their own, but when the swarm is around him, he can rise. And he gets a few baskets with some jars of honey out. And I'll go quickly. Keep my mind on it. And these fellas here, they won't let me drift off. The stars are beautiful, you know. You should be careful. Watch out for the stars at night. They'll capture you. They will.
Yeah.
The trees. Must be the trees.
Well, off you go.
Strange magics in the wood. Be careful. And with that, he will head down. Away. And you may take 15 experience points.
Ooh.
We're also going to take a short break. Be right back. Hello, and welcome back to the second half of Freedom Chases. As our group are entering into the forests, moving away from the collective huts of Ben the Beekeeper, and deeper into the strange forest. It feels a little odd in here. Very different to the forest that you were in, where the trees came to life. Instead, it feels overly alive, but as you look around, you don't see all that much in terms of creatures. You can hear birds chittering. You can hear small creatures scurrying through the scurrying on the ground. You don't see anything in particular. You see, like, very, at a distance, a squirrel hop from tree to tree. But nothing too close to the path.
I think considering the last time we was in the forest, I'm going to keep an eye out for any awakened bushes that might attack us.
Give me a perception check.
Given nature a very suspicious eye. That is an 11.
Trees seem fairly still. And in fact, the trees and the ground near the path seems oddly still.
This is like someone's cheery memory of a forest rather than a real forest.
Yeah, give me a nature check, Jim.
Are you saying that we're in an illusion of this size?
I don't know
That's
what we're saying.
powerful
I don't know what
magic.
I'm saying. I'm just, if something feels right.
It's just saying things.
So did you ask for a nature check?
I did indeed.
Alright. That's a 5. So don't worry.
Yeah, you're not certain what's wrong with this place, but something feels a little wrong. You continue on down the path carefully. I'll take a perception check from all 4 of you, please. So 2 from you, Josh. Please.
Another natural one.
Nice.
Elora also got a nat 1, and I got a 17.
That's a 13. You got a 17. Okay.
William, you hear very faintly in the background, in the distance somewhere, hooves.
Someone's coming. I turn around in the direction of the hooves.
You're listening out quite carefully, but it's difficult to make out amongst Anivari's, Atreides' hooves in the forest. You can hear them. You listen carefully, straining for it. The sound's gone. Look around, you see nothing coming.
Something is not quite right here.
You come to a section of the forest that opens out a little bit. Bit of a path. And as you are sort of coming around the corner, the path sort of bends round. And you guys should be there on the map now. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. There you go. And as you're traveling, you sort of wander forward, and then suddenly it goes dark. It feels heavy around you. You can barely make out any distance. Thick mist starts rising from the ground. As you look around, you hear it again. Dun-dun-dun, 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 dun-dun-dun. But this time you all hear it. You can hear hooves coming towards you. It sounds like they're all around you on all sides. It's cold. It's cold here now all of a sudden. Something's wrong. Something's strange. You look about you, you're not sure.
Undead, perhaps.
Dinari, you feel a freezing cold presence brush past you, touching your arm for a second and then gone. You hear the hooves surrounding you.
Who's there? Show yourself.
You hear an unnatural, high-pitched cackle. And you hear once again, dun-dun-dun, 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 dun-dun-dun. And then a call, a shriek comes out. Surrounding you, mostly horsemen, holding thin blades.
Oh no. It's the Nazgul with hats.
No, they are definitely highwaymen. No doubt about that. I will ask you please to roll initiative.
Dead highwayman.
Wow, I rolled another natural.
God, today is
Well,
not your
yeah.
day, Bumpkin.
Natural
No,
one
so
for
I did-
an 8, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, 8's
Oh my
pretty good. I
God.
like 8. And Anivari?
She got a 14.
Okay, that would put Anivari first in the initiative, William last, Dinari and Weary in the middle. Does anybody want to swap initiative?
If anyone wants to go first, I don't. Elora's not here to fight us.
Yeah. Laura can go first.
Okay.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna swap. I'm gonna swap Anivari and Weary or Dinari, one of you two, so that Josh isn't going back to back.
I don't mind.
No, I do.
Okay.
It annoys me.
Oh, you swap with
Weary,
me.
you're going 14, and Anivari is. Great. Good luck, guys. Your initiatives are shocking.
No, right?
Yeah. So riding
we're
on.
instantly gonna die.
We've got 1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
We should have found a way to get into a
Oh.
painting.
5, 6.
Oh no.
Sorry, I've moved somebody I shouldn't have done. There's B. Yeah, so you see sort of them flanking around you, and Weary, two of them are going to attack you with a short sword. That is
Brilliant.
a 12 to hit,
No.
and an 8 to hit,
No.
as they slash on
Oh.
down. There is one short sword swing at Anivari, that's a 7 to hit. William, a crossbow, short dual hand crossbows, pew, pew, 2 shots at you. That is a 7 to hit.
Miss.
And a 10 to hit.
No.
You will take 4 piercing damage. And Dinari, 2 shots. Dinari, 2 shots at you.
I'm so dead.
A 13 and a 16 to hit you.
I think both of those hit.
You do?
Oh my
You
god.
don't have any
A
armor?
13 is my armor class, right?
You don't have any armor on?
Huh?
You don't have any armor on.
It's light armor.
Oh.
It's not that great.
We are poor, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've just downed you there. 2
Yeah,
7s.
no, I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, fuck.
Bye bye.
Weary. As you look around, you see these shots sink into Dinari, and Dinari go down. William looks wounded. What are you gonna do?
I look more than wounded.
He looks on the brink of death.
Well, I kind of boned. But I mean, if I'm going down, I'm going down fighting. So, I'll attack Highwayman F
Okay.
I think the
With
witch is
my-
gonna come save us.
with my heavy crossbow. There's a 19 to hit.
Okay. Is your crossbow magical?
No, it's not.
No. Okay.
Does it do
You see this
anything?
crossbow just bolt goes straight through the highwayman, fires off into the forest.
Oh, we're definitely getting saved.
All right. Well, I mean,
I better start
I can
thinking.
do-
That's for sure.
I got nothing. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
So, because that's all I can. That's like the only damage I can do.
Okay.
So, I'm just gonna hold my ground.
Yeah. Anivari, I'm going to utilize that spell of aid for you, if that is all right, William. Josh, sorry.
Okay. I was gonna bring Bumpkin up, but okay.
Aid will bring Bumpkin up and give 2 of you +5 hit points.
8 heals and increases your health? Oh, okay. You do you, boo.
So I think otherwise you guys are pretty dead. All 3 of you add 5 max HP. Dinari, that will bring you up to 5 HP.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps I need some more deadly battle music. I don't know if Anivari...
Wait, what do I do? Do I get temp HP?
You get +5 max HP.
Plus 5 max HP. Okay. Sweet. I can't do any damage,
Josh, does she
but
have any
I'll
bonus
survive
actions?
for a bit.
No.
That means Dinari, you're up.
Okay, well, I'm immediately gonna second wind this. Get some back. D10 plus 1. That's 6 hit points back for me. Which just brings me up to max.
It shouldn't bring you to max. It should bring you to 11 out of 15.
I got 15?
Yeah, you got 5 increase to max and 5 healing from aid.
Oh, I thought... Sorry, no, I had only taken the first little bit of that. Hold on.
So you should have been at 5 out of 15 when you second wounded.
5 out of 15, okay. How do I...
So if you click on your hit points on your character
There we
sheet,
go.
you found it? Yeah.
Meant to be at 5 out of 15. There we go.
Yep.
And then it
the
was
second one was 6
plus 6 to that.
Was it a
Yep.
6 plus, or was it just 6 was with the
No,
plus?
5 plus 1.
Okay, cool.
So 6 for healing. There we go.
Okay, you did see the crossbow bolt go straight through the highwayman.
Yeah. Trying to think. I guess from that, I would surmise that there's no other physical action I could take that could, like, if let's say if we're trying to push a creature, like I would still just go through it. Like these are.
You would believe so.
Yeah.
Yes.
I might. Is there a way for me? Come shit out of luck. Guess I could try and dodge. I guess trying to still hold ground but make it harder to hit.
Yeah.
Sure
You can take the dodge action. That would be very, very recommended.
Yeah, that's all I can think of.
Oh, take the dodge action. William.
I shout out, "What do you want?"
They say nothing. Turn cold eyes upon you and shriek. It's quite well timed. Thank you, Maltani. I appreciate that. Yes.
I mean, I think I could maybe do some damage, but only one at a time. And if everyone else can't do anything, we can't stay and fight. So I look to everyone. Do we flee?
Flee and pray to the gods, mate.
You want to try and outrun their ghostly horses on your little feet?
Or we can stand here and die.
Yeah, if we can't fight them, but we can't outrun them, then I guess we just die. Because
right.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
I'll walk up to Highwayman A, and I will like his. Are they creating shadows? No. Okay. And then my shadow will enwrap my hand, creating that large shadowy claw. I'll slash at this fool who thinks he can take on a shadow sorcerer. That is a 17 to hit.
Oh, a 17 hits.
That is 6 cold damage.
Okay, and as you grab this creature with its shadow, with shadow, and sort of wrap around it, you see it sort of fall from the horse and fall back, and then dissipate to nothing. And suddenly, all of them start to look to each other a little more worried, a little more panicked.
Yeah, that's right. And then that's my action. And then as a bonus action, I can't cast 2 cantrips at a turn, can I?
Yeah, you can.
I can. Okay, there. Oh no, because that's not a bonus action. We talked about that last time. That is my turn.
So that brings us to another highwayman over here, who is going to look to Dinari and take 2 shots at disadvantage. I have to roll twice. I can't. They're both misses. I'm just gonna do that. So 2 shots, and as you sort of dodge, they one either side of you. The next highwayman is. What? No, I just didn't kill that. The next highwayman is going to take 2 swings at Weary.
Yeah.
Oh no, 1 swing, short sword. That's a 6 to hit you.
No.
The next one is going to swing at Anivari. That's a 22 to hit.
Cool.
Yep, that will hit.
That is 5 slashing damage, and I need her to make a Constitution save, please. This is against being frightened.
Can you change her health?
Yeah.
Did you say con?
Con save against being frightened, yeah.
Yeah. That's a 3.
What did she take? 6 damage, was it? Did I say 5? 5, right?
5.
Okay, yeah. And she is frightened of Highwayman E, which is this one down here.
Yep.
This Highwayman is going to take 2 shots, 1 at William and 1 at Weary. William, that is a 22 to hit you. 4 piercing damage.
Yep.
Weary.
Still up.
A 7 to hit you.
No.
Another shot coming at Weary, and then 1 at Dinari with disadvantage. Same modifier. It's a 16 to hit you, Weary.
Yeah.
So Weary, you will take 5 piercing damage. Dinari, that is an 8 to hit you. Oh, that's nice. Guy got left behind. He's gonna appear now.
Another.
Yeah. I was wondering where he was, and he's going to come riding in, and he's going to try and flank. So he's going to dash all the way over there, try and block you off. Weary, you're up.
All right. I'm going to say. William's the only one. William's the only one that can get him. So I'm going to move up here, stop this one from firing, and I'm going to try and help with, like, you know, just like making a whole bunch of noise and just being like rah, 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 to like highway in an F to get his like attention, channeling Cantankerous Tim in bird-like sounds to try and distract him while William can go up and attack him.
Okay. Don't forget that Tim gets a turn as well. What I'll offer you here, as you can both take the help action, is Jack, you can either take the dodge yourself and have Tim help, or you can both help and you can give disadvantage on attacks to the same guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, you've already given
I'll
him
take the
disadvantage,
dodge.
so- Yeah.
Yeah,
you
I've already.
take dodge,
Okay.
and Tim will help.
I'll take dodge, and then Tim can squawk at F.
Yep. Anivari,
Yeah.
what's she gonna do?
She's going to take the dodge action.
Okay.
What kind of paladin doesn't have holy water? Come on, Elora, I know you're
lay on
listening.
hands.
Yeah, but that one's down.
Are you gonna
Might as
save
well
it for
wait
that?
until
Okay,
someone's
hold
down,
on.
yeah.
She's dying. So, okay, she takes the dodge action. Dinari.
I guess following Weird's advice, maybe not the same crazy fashion, but at least try and.
Aw, really?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna at least move up a little bit into Highwayman B's face, at least.
Yeah.
And hopefully help by also distracting as well.
Yeah, they can't shoot William now. You're gonna dodge, are you?
Well, it would be I would take my action to kind of get up in its face and distract, right?
Oh, okay. So you want to give William advantage? He can't hit 2 targets at once, so he's already got advantage to hit F. I don't know whether he gains anything from having advantage to hit both. So if you want to take the dodge action as well, because Cantankerous Tim doesn't need to take the dodge action because he's not going to get shot.
Yeah. Well, God, there's not really any point in me even moving up in his space, anyways, because it's not like if I were to.
There
take
is,
an
because
attack
now he
of
can't
opportunity.
shoot William. He can only attack you with a sword, right?
Oh, okay.
And he gets 2
okay.
shots.
If
with
you're
the-
within
with the-
5 feet of a target, they can't shoot. They shoot with disadvantage.
Okay.
So
Oh,
you
okay,
are
okay.
achieving something there. Quite a lot, actually.
Okay.
Mr. Hale, it seems you are the
Yeah.
party's only hope. I've never had a party with 3 people don't have any magic at level 1. It's so... I didn't realize how debilitating this fight was going to be for you guys.
This is really gonna funnel into William's already growing ego of himself.
Oh, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, isn't it?
Yeah,
Should have bought
I'll,
a flask, guys, and thrown some fire at someone.
I'll slash at this guy, F, with advantage.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That is 18.
Oh, yeah. What are you
That is-
using on him?
My Claw of Darkness again.
Mhm.
That's 7 cold damage.
Yeah, and as you strike at another one, you can see now these creatures sort of begin to look around and aren't quite sure exactly what they're going to do next. Anything else from you, William?
I yell out to the ones that are looking a bit unsure, and I say, "Do not test the power of a sorcerer, you fiends!"
You just hear, "The host rides!" And Highwoman B is going to charge straight on through Dinari and slash at you with a sword.
Oh no! I egged them
Yeah.
on.
That is a 20 to
Oh,
hit.
no.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
that hits.
That is 5 damage, and then he rides off.
Okay, so what happens as he slashes me and he rides off, and I launch forward, I split blood out, And then I need to roll something. Move, cat! It was 5 damage, yeah?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so I will use my Strength of the Grave ability. And so, like, I lunge forward and I spit blood out, and then my shadow, like, starts shrinking, and the shadow goes up my body, and then, like, just seeps into my body, and my eyes turn black. I no longer have a shadow, but I'm up with 1 health.
Nice. Okay. That leads us to Highwayman F, who is going to... who you just killed. Sorry. To Highwayman E, who is going to ride straight away from Anivari and straight at you and strike with a sword. That is an 11 to hit you.
Alright, I'm back down.
You don't have shield?
Took away my awesomeness.
No
I
shield.
don't have a shield.
And then he rides off in this direction. Highwayman G is going to ride over here and slash at you while you are down with advantage.
Okay, you don't need to Frodo me.
That is a 16 to hit you. You will fail a death save. And he rides off. Highwayman C is going to ride away. And finally, this guy is going to come riding down and going to swing down at you with advantage.
You've taken away my awesome feature.
And that is, you are going to fail a death save. And then as the host turns round, they turn back and weary. 5 shots at you.
Do it. All at disadvantage.
Yeah. It's going to take me a while. No, I've got a better idea. Okay, that is an 11 to hit you.
No.
A 14 to hit you.
No.
A natural 1 to hit you.
No.
A 9 to hit you.
No.
And a 6 to hit you.
No.
So what this looks like is as they sort of turn and fire back, like, it looks like they're all going to hit you, and then you're just sort of, as you're turning around to look to William, like, just somehow as you turn, all the arrows just whip straight past your face, and the host will ride away. Leaving
I
William
yell
on
at
the
them.
brink of
Sebastian
death.
sends his regards.
Oh, Sebastian, I love it. The god of protection. A cat's eye in the sky. But no one knows why. Jack, do you know the significance of Sebastian?
Jack does.
Oh, Jack does. Bumpkin, do you know the significance of Sebastian? Good,
Yeah.
good. Josh has told us all.
Everyone should know.
And with that, the battle is ended. William, you seem to be dying.
Yeah.
Do I? I guess Anivari will put some lay on hands on me.
I need you to make a constitution save, please.
Okay, I'm sorry, cat. You can't sit in my dice tray. What save?
A constitution save.
That is a 16.
I'm very glad. Then you may apply healing to yourself.
1 health.
You come up with this 1 health. You look down, and there's no sign of any wound on you at all. You can feel them. Feel the slice. Side, another slice on your shoulder. You see the host riding away. Do you know what happened to Agent Matthew Callis?
But that can't be true, because he had puncture wounds.
So did you when you were down.
But
Give me
wait,
an
so you're
insight.
saying that when
Give
they
me
brought his body in, he
Arcana
was just
check.
down, he wasn't dead?
Give me an Arcana check.
Nat 20.
Yeah, so that con save you just made was to overcome the unnatural undead wounds. And that is when they closed up, when you sort of like your life force pushed them away. He didn't survive. So once he was dead, the wounds were all left in him. The rest of you, sort of as you struggle to get your stuff back together, get yourselves back together, and group up, you may take some experience points. Second, it is loading. Ooh, 45 experience points each.
Ooh.
It was a dangerous fight. As you are regrouping yourselves back together.
I'm just kind of like sat on the floor, like heavy breathing, like.
Just to finish what I was saying, as you are get together and regroup, the darkness and the cold still surrounds you.
Yeah, we need to go. We can't be running into them again.
Let's go.
Anyone going to respond to that? Is that what William says? With one hit point?
No, he just gets up and he.
Where he turns around to you, we need to go, and you go, let's go, bitches!
No, I get up and very moodily start striding on.
As you pace through the forest, it is cold, it's tense around you. And you're not really sure whether you're getting anywhere. Like, you're trudging along the path, but you've lost all sense of direction. The mist thickens and swells around you. You hear a voice singing very quietly, far away. Gentle female voice. Song of hope. It's sad. And at some point it'll play. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Love
Just
that.
what we need, another apparition.
You can hear that voice. There we go.
Does it sound like a voice of someone who's alive?
Perception check.
$15.
She sounds... You're not sure if the voice is entirely natural. There may be some magic to it. But the words sound elven to you, you think?
Hmm. Speak Elvish.
You don't.
Wow.
No one speaks other languages in this campaign unless there's very good reason to. But you know a bit about elves, and you have some knowledge of their culture, and you've picked up a few words, enough to recognize the language, definitely. And you see a sort of pale yellow glow start to move through the fost. Through the fost. That's mist and fog.
What's one of those?
That's mist and fog, by the way. That's what that is. And as the fog slowly dissipates and the sun begins once again to shine through the trees, this voice continues. You see a very pale, ethereal, elf-like being crouching by the trees. She looks like she's huddling something.
Just leave her be. We don't know what she is.
Walk around the distance.
Who are you?
Says nothing. Keeps singing. Doesn't meet your eyes. Make a perception check with me.
11.
See as she's sort of carried over. She's holding something swaddled in a blanket in her arms. She takes a look
Does
over
it-
her shoulder. just past you and begins to hurry away down the path, continuing her song.
Did the bundle look baby-shaped?
Perhaps, though she didn't show much regard for it. She was moving it about quite a lot for a baby.
Faz.
Leaves you in the light of the forest.
Well, that encounter was nicer than the last.
Give me a insight check, Mr. Weary.
Got an 11, but I'm going to add my D6. Is that all right?
Yeah, please do. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength.
All right. That's a 4, so I got a 15.
Yeah, you suddenly realize that whilst they seemed a little frightened of the shadow magic that pushed them away, they may also have been fleeing her. Her light pushed away the mist, the darkness that they brought.
Maybe she was one to bring about this passing of the fog. Anyway, let's steer clear of her because, perhaps she's some sort of mystical, magical being in which, doesn't like our presence and such, and so she ran from us. But I don't know. Either way, let's just keep going. Stop for a rest soon.
You continue on for a little while, and you see a clearing. The side with a path that leads along the river. And at this clearing, you see a little spring. Beautiful, with flowers and sort of brightly coloured flowers and herbs surrounding the spring. Give me a perception check, all four of you, please, as you look over at the spring as you enter into the clearing.
17 for me.
16.
Yeah.
14.
And
Right.
8
I don't
for
need Anivari.
Elora.
All three of you catch sight of a small fey-like creature, perhaps 7 or 8 inches in height, with wings glistening in the light.
Fairy.
No, you'd know fairies at 2 or 3 feet in height, so this is way too small
A
to be
really,
fairy.
really
a
short
pixie.
fairy.
A pixie, yes, that is correct. Sort of flies across the spring and away. I'll take a history check from Dinari and Anivari, please.
12.
Yeah, it makes more sense for you to
0.
it makes way more sense for you to get this than Anivari, though I'm not sure I should have said that. Because revealing things. But you were raised sort of in a very standard Tiefling family, and they passed down Tiefling folklore. And one of the things that they pass down is the Fey Springs. Fey Springs don't stay where they are all the time. They move from place to place. They always find beautiful clearings in the forest. Their water is always crystal clear and beautiful to drink. But you should leave a gift if you partake of it.
Oh. So this is quite a blessing then, the clearing that we're in.
Either that or it's you're in a fairly naturally beautiful and magical woods, so it's less unlikely than you might think. And in fact, this Fey Spring may come back quite often to this particular place. But you should leave a gift if you partake.
Let me see what I've got in my inventory.
It doesn't have to be you either. I mean, if anybody's got a gift they wish, I'm sure you might share.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, I guess I would relay that at least to the team, like the history of that and the homage of leaving a gift as I would afterwards go sit and actually like kind of rummage through packs a little bit and try and see what I can leave behind.
I'll take a second history check with advantage and from yourself. And William, you can also roll me a history check here.
Alright, so it's 16.
Sorry, Weary. You've
17.
never encountered forest springs in the ocean.
No.
You ain't got shit on this.
No, I get that.
16.
So that will tell you a few little things that Fae, or specifically the Fae that inhabit springs, pixies like. They like sweet things. Little boiled sweets are their favorite. They like flowers. And they also like shiny things. And it's often traditional to chuck a copper piece into the water if you don't have anything else.
Yeah, and I didn't start this journey with many shiny things. My inventory. Yeah.
I've got
No,
one.
but you do all have sweet things.
The honey.
We do.
Yeah.
The honey's probably worth more than a copper piece, though, to be fair, so...
If
Yeah.
we...
Sorry, William, go on. Or Jack, either one.
You go, William.
I'm going to approach the springs, and I will flick a copper piece in.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Remove. There we go. And then I am going to undress up to underwear. I'm not gonna go completely naked, and then I'm going to bathe my imaginary wounds in said springs.
The water is ice cold.
That's
Absolutely.
good. Numbs are paying.
I will brave it.
Will you also take some to drink?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll get in. I'll try and from the slight shock of the temperature of the water. Once I've moved around a bit and perhaps want my core temperature up a little bit, I will dunk my whole body in, and then as I come up and I move my hair on my face, I will then scoop up some and drink.
This is not something that I would find taboo, given
No,
what I
not
know
at all.
of the
Not
place.
at all. People often will bathe in these springs.
Yeah.
It leaves you feeling renewed and refreshed. If you bathing in the springs will enable you to spend a hit die if you wish, but before you do, when you drink the water, it gives you the effects of a lesser healing potion, which is 1d4 plus 1.
Cool. 1d4.
And you do have to roll this. It's not one of those you can drink it as an action things.
5.
Well, that's more than your max, isn't it?
And I will use a hit die as well.
Okay. You can all take a short rest as you relax at this place anyway. But bathing in there will allow you to spend a hit die without... You don't have to mark it off, Josh. You just roll a hit die. Yeah.
Whilst I'm in there, I just kind of I check over my body to where the wounds would be, and I just kind of in this kind of serene what?
Anivari's hit dice roll. Please carry on as you were. She gets 1 hit point. Not bad.
Oops. Oh, that's my percentile dice. Oops.
As we're in this really tranquil environment, I kind of try and get into a headspace where that I'm alone, which I suppose isn't too difficult since I've spent my whole life alone.
Jesus.
But yeah, and I just I look over the wounds and I just I think internally I'm just trying to regain some confidence in myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's all.
Okay. What's Weary up to?
I'm gonna look up to the sky because I feel like even though the constellations are up in the sky, I don't really know where else to look for this one. But I go, I don't know. Look, I don't really know how to pronounce your name, but I've heard of you before. Kargulan or Kargullen, I don't know. But I'd like to just take a bit of wood here and carve a nice bowl for my offering, if you wish.
Okay, you can definitely take some wood down. Carve a bowl. Take you too long.
And yeah, while my short rest is I carve a crude little offering bowl, and then put a copper piece in there.
Oh, the elven god, Carlan. Yeah, okay. I'd forgotten about that.
You said that name, and Jesus' face was like, "Who the hell is that?"
Yeah, I had to look it up.
Like,
I was like, what? Yeah, I just. Oh, for fuck's sake, James. Sorry. Yeah. I've just realised
The
I'm
elven
right
god
there in the middle of that
rivers.
whirlpool.
You're just like slowly turning.
Yeah, going down.
Yelling timber. As you have discovered the phase spring, you may each take 20 experience points. Oh, Bumpkin, you've had no face again. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't put your face on the face thing when we were in the
no.
You had a face to the normal cameras, but on the Roll20 I hadn't given you a face.
Oh, was it just Dinari's picture on
yeah,
there, or was it
exactly.
just
Yeah.
nothing?
I
That's fine.
But we could hear you, and that's the important thing.
Just 90 XP to go.
Indeed.
Shit.
Short rest if you haven't already. Offer if you will. Drink if you need to. 1d4 plus 1 for the healing.
4 plus 1.
And
Mark off that.
yeah, let's throw Anivari's gold away. Because Anivari needs a heal. That's good, isn't it? She's eking her way up.
It's not her day today.
No, in fact, I think I'm going to spend a couple of points of lay on hands to get her back to full.
Good idea.
Because she's having a rough one there. Just rolling one after one after one. Cool. Okay. After you guys begin to get up from your rest, you hear a gentle sound of falling rain. It begins to spit. Rain begins to fall. You're so certain that it was clear skies when you went into it. It's raining.
That son of a bitch called it.
I know, it's rather auspicious. For him, it's rather ominous for us.
Can anyone hear the rain, by the way? It's not doing it, is it?
No.
I could do it for you if you mind.
I might have a different rain. Try a different rain. We can do that rain instead, maybe. It's a shame. It's not the one I was looking for.
Well, if the witch was attuned to natural magics, it's quite a minor thing to predict the upcoming weather.
Except the witch didn't predict the weather, the painter did. He
Yeah,
could
but
smell
because
it,
the
he
witch
said.
told him.
No,
No?
he very
Oh.
specifically
I made a joke about that.
Yeah,
Oh.
and he very specifically
Yeah.
said, no, she didn't tell me. Can't you smell it? A storm is
Oh.
coming.
Well, then maybe he's a druid.
Oh, there we go.
Or at least has druid craft.
Now it's going to play the other rain, and it's fucking hammering it down. It will very quickly build up to fairly heavy rain. And yeah, as you begin to trudge through the forest in the pouring rain. How do we feel about the rain? Do we like the rain?
Like, do we like the sound you're using, or is it like how our
No.
characters are
How do your
feeling
characters
comfortable?
feel about wandering through the pouring rain?
I think William's probably spent many rainy nights reading tomes and looking out the window thinking what if, so he probably finds the rain very relaxing.
Well, yeah, but are you not currently being showered in the rain as well right now? Like,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think he finds it refreshing. Like,
oh, okay.
that is.
I thought it was like he enjoys rain when he's in shelter.
Oh, well, yeah, that too. I mean, preferably he'd be in shelter right now.
Yeah.
But he's definitely not bothered by it or anything.
Yeah. I don't know. I've got a leather trench coat on, so it's not seeping into myself too much. Make it like I'm not happy about being, at least like wet, at least like in the hair and stuff, but also like my job requires me to work, rain or shine where I'm at. So it's taking it in stride, I guess.
Okay. And Weary, bothered by the rain at all?
I think Weary feels at home in the downpour of the overcast and torrents that Wissendrail brings upon us.
It's beginning to get heavy. Heavier and heavier, in fact, and very quickly it's going to build up to a full-on storm. As you hear...
Okay, this is no longer relaxing.
As you hear a sort of rumble of thunder, a crackle of lightning blasts down. You hear the crack.
We need to
of a
find
tree.
shelter.
Sorry, responding to William when he said we need to find shelter. How are Weary and Dinari?
If it's allowed, I'd respond with, "Yeah, probably a good idea. Maybe settle down for a while." As I have to speak over the loud rain.
What?
As you look about you, you see 3 trees that are quite close together. One of which has sort of very dense undergrowth at the bottom. It's the best shelter you can see around.
Yeah, I suppose that'll have to do then. We can at least wait it out a little while, see if it lasts.
Does anybody do anything beyond that? You're trying to.
So sorry, just to clarify a little bit. So we've left the flowery.
Oh yeah. You've got quite a long way down. It's approaching
but now we're
7 o'clock in the evening.
Have we now walked into an area that looks like the area where we met the kind of ghost? I'm saying have we walked into a more dangerous place, or is it still kind of looking like we might be kind of safe actually if we hunker down here for a bit and we won't get jumped by scary horse ghosts?
Oh no, this does not look good.
This is the forest as it was, as it is in this particular place, and if you give me a second, I will make it rain. That exciting.
Ooh, we could, if there's more holes like this one in this tree, we could try and climb inside a tree.
It's quite literally the forest that Belle's father is like, let's take the shortcut down the horrible, scary forest.
Yeah.
And the horse is like, fuck that.
Yeah, literally.
To what you are referring.
Beauty and the Beast,
look at that.
That kind of bell. There you go. It's raining now. Isn't that great? So yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay. There's difficulty on the trail. There's bits of mud. Little tiny babbling brooks are bubbling on over, and you're having to. Wow, can't believe I got that sentence out. Babbling brooks are bubbling over. And little streams are becoming slightly thicker rivers. You'd having to jump over a couple, and then 2 or 3 of these quite big trees have quite dense growth around them, and you can sort of shelter under the boughs of one of them if you wish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Anivari would probably also want to stow away Atreides if this is getting a little bit more of a treacherous, muddy path.
Yeah, definitely. We'll walk Atreides at the least. And then a little sound comes to you in the storm. It sounds like quite a high-pitched noise. I'll take a perception check from anybody who has proficiency.
Perception? That's me.
I think it's Weary and Dinari.
Ugh,
Yeah,
it's 5.
16.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like a sort of high-pitched chuckle, quite playful. And then as one of the lightning bolts sort of cracks down through the forest, you're sure you see a creature sliding down it. And then it sort of twists and looks over towards you guys and disappears into the mist. And after a while, you will notice multiple of these playing. They look
What
like
the hell's is there?
William, give me an
bloody
elemental check while at it.
Ooh, I finally
Spoiler
get
alert!
to use it!
Spoiler alert, they might be elementals!
Who would have thought?
Yay! My really obscure skill check is finally being used.
I was going to ask you for a nature check, but they're elementals. You know it because you just remember it because somebody told you.
Is it common for elementals to just appear during...
Only during very heavy weather. But you would know that they do. Eruption of a volcano, an earthquake, a massive storm. They would herald a large and powerful thunderstorm.
Are they traditionally good creatures? No.
No, if they find sport in tormenting others, they will.
Oh, Jesus. Then I would like to... I mean, it may take a while, but if I could mold darkness to kind of encapsulate us in shadow. I mean, I don't know if they'll have dark vision, but just on the off chance they don't, so they can't see us.
Please, could you place your tokens here?
Oh, man.
Elemental, what's that weird mass of darkness over there?
yeah, actually. It does stick out a little bit during the daytime.
Did I put in the right spot?
That's evening, didn't.
Yeah.
It's 7 p.m.
So
With a thunderstorm, that's got to be pretty dark.
Oh, yeah,
I've literally said disable animate graphics for stream, and it's just not doing it.
The stream wants the animation.
The problem is that the sound cuts out constantly for me.
I've got no sound.
What? You don't have the rain?
No.
Nah.
Oh, that's my cue. Psh.
There's rain here. You guys don't hear this?
No.
That's okay.
That's alright.
There's nothing playing for you in the
I know what
music.
rain sounds like.
Is there nothing playing for you in the music?
Winning!
No, there's nothing playing.
Okay. Off we go to the white screen. Bear with, guys.
Don't do this to us, Karina.
Hopefully the flying elementals will level us up.
I think this is the first time that Weary's gotten a proper shower.
I've been rained on plenty of times. Just no soap.
Yeah. Right, I meant at least at this campaign.
Yeah.
I'll hand you my soap bar and so.
Yeah, just have a hose bath.
Okay, you hear it now, right?
Maybe we have to refresh.
Yeah, here, let me try that out.
Well, that means that no
so
sound's
refreshed too.
Okay, let's do this. Let's put it back on the title page.
If it's just rain, James, it doesn't matter.
No, it means that none of the music's working, which means the battle music's not going to work and none of the other things.
Battle music?
Spoilers! They find us.
Yeah, or any other music.
Here's something.
Oh, there is the theme.
You should be able to hear the
music
theme,
right
and you
now.
should be on the theme page. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Just needed a good old refresh.
Then it should start raining. I can remember what letter it starts with. A second. I think it starts with. Yeah, bear with me. I haven't found the fucking letter. For some reason, storm begins with R.
Because of rain.
Right?
Big brain moment.
My roll 20 is just cutting out constantly, and I don't know why.
Well, I can definitely hear rain.
I think we could just automatically win the upcoming fight. Take the XP, call it a night.
Yeah, definitely. 90, you say, yeah?
Yeah.
That was a good rhyme. With the upcoming fight, take the XP, call it a night. Man.
Someone should multi-class into a bard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
James,
No, I can't. It's not only that. I can't get anything working my end. I can't move us to the right map. I can't anything. We're just stuck here. I'm stuck with rain just cutting in and out randomly for no good reason when I'm not even trying to listen to it. And I can't change us onto the other map. Are we there now? I think that moved, didn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. As you guys were trying to cloak yourselves in darkness, you notice a sort of bolt of lightning crackle through your darkness and light you up. And the tree next to you, one of the branches cracks and falls down towards you. Weary, I'll take a dex save, please.
Yep. Let's say 16.
Nice.
I know. Lucky.
Yeah. So you sort of dodge out the way, and this branch just thunks down in front of you. You, as you duck out the way, you hear that cackle again. One of the elementals comes zipping past you. It is going to try and poke you. It isn't it? Just a little
Gonna try and what us?
poke. It just
Poke.
pokes our good friend Weary. And is going to try and shove you over. Can I take an athletics check?
Oh, does it have to be athletics?
That's more than a poke.
No, it's a poke. Ooh, that's 13.
That's a 14.
Yeah, it pokes you. It sort of comes in very fast, so it's, but it's only a little poke. As these three storm elementals begin to sort of play around you, you find yourselves hemmed in by things I can't move. Goodness me, roll 20. What is going on? Fix your shit. But regardless, as the three of them sort of begin to zip around you, you begin to see a sort of swirling wind start to take place. Bits of debris that are loose on the ground start to swirl around you, and you're in the eye of the storm. This little minute tornado surrounding you four as you stand around this tree. William, I'm going to move you to here so that you're like around the same tree.
Aww.
And as these three sort of little elementals zip around, you see a fourth one come streaming up and towards Anivari. So it sort of jumps between Weary and Anivari. Both of you, it is going to sort of buffet you with wind and try and lift you slightly off the ground. I'll take a strength save from Weary and Anivari, please.
Oh, 18. I'm getting so lucky.
Jesus, Anivari's having the worst day ever.
Anivari just gets lifted up ever so slightly. She was more concerned about sort of calming Atreides and moving him in, and then this wind just buffets her up, and she just lands flat face down in the mud. You see her get up, and sort of she's got mud on her face, all over her chest, and the storm elemental gives a little chuckle, and moves over to here. And as the four of them swirl in, I think that is where we will end. We will start with that battle next week because I cannot get Roll20 to cooperate. And that means the battle will take hours. So we come to the timeless tradition of MVPs. We had a very fun little recap quiz this week. So I don't know where to start the MVPs. Jack, we'll start with you.
I think I liked Josh's essentially boasting of taunting of the ghosts, and then the ghost just came up and destroyed him. that was very funny.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, Josh, they didn't go at you because of the taunting. They went at you because you were the only one who was doing them any harm.
Sure. Whatever.
But yes, it did work out quite neatly. I will give you that. Josh, your MVP.
Yeah, I think probably the mystery of what the hell happened to Ben. I wonder if we'll ever find out. But yeah, what happened there? It just doesn't make sense. How he also I mean, obviously you wouldn't die 4 days without eating or drinking, but surely you'd be in a worse state than just well, I'm off down the road now.
You don't know that he was lying exactly there for 4 days, right? And
Sure.
he may have had some nourishment. It might have rained in his mouth.
Yeah, maybe the bees brought him something and just dropped it into his open mouth.
Just spewed out honey into it.
Yeah.
Bumpkin.
I think the imagery of, or just the way that you nonchalantly had mentioned, the bees come by and pick up him, a little bit, and all of a sudden his wings start flittering, and he's just slowly falling off. That was hilarious.
For what it's worth, the Swarm Keeper subclass gives that ability.
Okay.
Yeah, which I think maybe Josh picked up on. But yeah, it's definitely it's an interesting subclass, but I find it really
usually only if you attack something though.
Yeah, I find it really grim. But he's got little wings. He's a very he's a very advanced Swarm Keeper. But yeah, I think it's just a really cool subclass. So I thought but it gives me the tingles. I'm glad you liked the imagery. Sorry, Bumpkin.
Mm-hmm. I think the second thing I liked, I think it was unintended, but it was still kind of funny. It's we're going into this Fey-touched pool. At least the imagery that I got is okay, we need to be very respectful of this place, and show pay our regards, and then immediately cut to William just splashing water in his pits. Taking a walk.
Oh my goodness. He was not washing himself like that, but yeah,
I know. That's what I thought about midway through.
No, I also really liked that you went swimming in the freezing spring. I did really enjoy the mistreatment and abuse of Ben the beekeeper, who was nudged, kicked, slapped, had his eyes blown in. He was having a great day. Nobody sort of gently shook him hey, you alright? No, we blow in his eyes and we kick him. And then, when he started to look up, and I just said, Jack, I slap him. I was alright, fair enough. I love Weary's impatience with that. I love seeing what draws people in and what doesn't. The girl playing with the cat, for example. You guys are just okay.
Yeah, could not care less.
Nope, we'll just leave that over there. So yeah, it's really interesting seeing what you guys grab onto and what you don't. And then just a really small side note that Anivari never stopped stirring the treacle. I completely forgot to mention
we just
that.
left her there.
It seems
rolling so
it
badly.
did. I realized 3 or 4 minutes later, I was never did say she stopped. She's just there, slaving away for this pregnant woman stirring some treacle. But no, I really like that. But yeah, I had no idea that combat was going to be quite so terrifying. Obviously, when I rolled the combat, I didn't know what level you'd be. And it's amazing how easy that combat gets if you were level 2. Because Anivari would be able to smite, Weary would have some sort of magic, even Hunter's Mark, for example, would do magic damage.
Yeah, Hunter's Mark.
William might have a bit more sort of what he can do with spells or whatever. So 3 of you doing damage instead of 1 of you would have been, and obviously way more hit points. So it was really interesting to see how deadly that combat was. As it was there, and Josh going, "Oh yes, the witch is going to rescue us," and I'm thinking, maybe she's going to have to.
Well, that's because I was surely he's not just going to TPK us all right here, right now.
Well, the encounter was always skewed so that if you could take out a quarter of their members, they would flee. They would strike and flee. So that, I suppose, made it slightly less dangerous than it could have been. But when you were saying it, I was genuinely sitting there thinking, maybe I am going to have to rescue them. And I've got no idea how, so it ain't the witch's job. I was like, maybe they just don't quite die, they just get left for dead. I really didn't know what to do, so I was very glad that you guys did decide to do some damage. Or rather, Josh did. But yeah, to many more deadly encounters. But in the meantime, that is where we're going to end. So if you guys would like to say goodbye.
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 We shall see you soon.